Right, I had this full dog's cooking pot sent over to me, or brought over for me, by the excellent Mr. Jonathan Linville in West Virginia. I've been invaded by chickens now. I had planned to use the usual IKEA type hobbo stove for it, but as it turns out, it doesn't sit, just about sits on there. People said, I thought about it. People suggested about making a cross piece to go across that sits on top. The problem with those is I find you end up wasting a lot of fuel, and it takes a long time to get anything to boil, because obviously the pot's sitting outside, it's exposed to the cool air and everything. And I'm a great fan of having my pots inside the cooker, so it heats up a lot faster. So that was too big. I then chopped up, as part of a tumble dryer cylinder, and had a go at the start of making a new windshield cook pot and all the rest of it. But to be honest, that's sort of not that heavy, but it's starting, by the time I put a bottom in it as well, that's going to be starting getting a bit heavy. So I was rummaging around, and I found an old baby food tin that I've had sitting around in my shed. I used to keep screws and odds and sods in it, so I've cannibalised that up now. Got a couple of notches for the bail arms to go in, so that's the latest one. And it's quite light, doesn't weigh much at all. In fact, it probably only weighs maybe a pound, but that sits down inside it quite nicely. I've got room underneath, but it's not worth chopping the can down. I don't know what I'm going to do with that space in there, but yeah, it works alright. I could do with two hands here, but the idea being that, bear with me, the idea being that when the handles are out, I'm going to use the handles to hook onto the top of the can like so. So I won't need any tent pegs to stop it dropping inside or anything. That gives me more than enough room in there to get your pot stove in, or plenty of wood as a hobbo. So I'm going to be back in a minute. I'm going to set up and have a fire, and see if I can have a fire inside it and see how it turns out. Right, that's been going for about 5 minutes now. Let's have a quick poke inside. That seems to be quite happy in there, so the airflow seems okay. It's chugging away. All seems fine. As I say, it's been on for about 5 minutes. Starting to steam. Well, probably not 5 minutes, but it won't take long. Definitely going fine. Lit the fire with the fire still that Ali Morrison sent me down from Scotland, bless him. Works a treat, that one. That's a BCB one. I've never tried a BCB, but yeah, it gives that lovely shower of nice white hot sparks. But yeah, it seems to be doing the trick. I'll have to take this out and field test it. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, even the chicken's impressed. You see it's burning away. Well, I reckon, well, I don't know, about the same sort of time as my pot can stove would be underneath it, perhaps. But as I say, at the moment, I'm just using the handles to hold it up. I probably could get away with folding them in and dropping them down, but no, the neighbour's dogs are at it. There we go. And there we have it. One pot of boiling water. I'm pleased with that. Fire's almost gone. The handles at the back, warm but still usable. They're overhanging, so that weighs quite a bit. But as you can see, it's only used that bit of fire. There's a few bits of wood I put in. So yeah, looking a bit used now. But yep, pleased with all that. Off to the woods to try it out this weekend, I think.